Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you guys jumping on here tonight to take a minute to learn a little bit about what we are so excited about. Obviously, the person who invited you to this information cares about you very much, and we appreciate you taking the time to learn a little bit more about what we're doing here. To just familiarize yourself a little bit with who I am and why I'm sharing this information. My husband and I got involved with this company, LifeVantage, 8.5 years ago. My name is Lynette, my husband, Brandon Cunningham. And we joined about 8.5 years ago as entrepreneurs. We came from a background of being in business for ourselves. And, that was just our mindset. We always wanted to be in control of what we were doing on a daily basis. And we felt like the way to go about doing that was to be self-employed. And when LifeVantage was introduced to us, we really didn't know what to do with the information initially. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get over to my slides so that I can, there it is. Okay. So that I can show you guys some of the, well, let's see. I guess it's going to get interesting right off of the bat. I'm not seeing my slides. So give me 1 second. To get over to them. We got them? Okay, I think we've got them. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get into this presentation. And as I was starting to share a little bit with you, I guess I wanted you guys to understand my story and my background. So as I mentioned, my husband and myself, self-employed business owners. And when LifeVantage came our way, we were in a position of having success with our businesses that we were running, but not having the happiness or the time that we wanted to go along with that. A lot of times people have money, but they have no time, or they have time and they have no money. And we were in a situation where we had money, we just didn't have the time to go with it. In addition to that, my husband really wasn't happy with what he was doing. And when you're a self-employed business owner, it's kind of hard to switch gears, right? Now, for me, I had the luxury of doing the books for our home-based business out of my home office. So I was able to be at home with my kids who were young, 2 and 4 at the time, and work from our home office. That was fine for me. The problem is it wasn't okay for my husband. And, if he wanted to switch gears, that affected me as well. So when LifeVantage was introduced to us, we recognized that it might be a vehicle to allow us to change the way that we were earning an income. And I'm going to try to share for you guys right in the same methodology of my thinking. So my thinking was very unsure of the way that this was going to shake down. But at the same time, I was willing to give it a shot because I figured I had nothing to lose, right? Our business wasn't going anywhere that we were currently doing. And if this could get us out of it, well, then it's a win-win. So to proceed, we joined with LifeVantage and learned about biohacking. Now, I'm going to tell you, I had never heard that term before. It definitely sounds a little intimidating. So I like to give the simple definition, because if you're like me, simplicity is key. And the simple definition is it's the art and science of becoming the best version of you. Now, how do you do that? Most people today do that through eating healthy, through exercise, drinking water. A lot of people have become gluten-free, dairy-free, vegetarian, all different methods of biohacking. That's what they're doing. They're trying to become the best version of themselves. The problem is that what we have surrounding us doesn't necessarily work in our favor. Our vegetables are tainted with pesticides. Our water is full of pollutants. We have chemicals bombarding everything around us. And so I would like for you to tune into this video that I'm getting ready to share that kind of gives you an overview of the products that we offer and how they help us in taking a simplistic approach to biohacking the body. So stay tuned to this information right here.
The following is an ABC primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Can you scoop? Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
It's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. And so you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me?
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result, my level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. And I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety.
Protandim NRF2 is protected by 7 U.S. patents.
So, coincidentally, that is actually the video that I saw 8.5 years ago. It's not the video that I intended on sharing tonight, but in my haste to get my PowerPoint up, I guess I shared the wrong one. But nonetheless, you now have seen a video that was shared with me 8.5 years ago that got me to stop in my tracks and go, I should know more about this. And I'm going to tell you, at that point in time, there had been 3 studies that had been done on that flagship product that we represent, and I am proud to share with people because I've witnessed what it's done for them. The studies to this date now exceed 20. When you go to this website, pubmed.gov, this is the National Institute of Health's Library of Medicine. So basically, when you go to this site, it's the same site that doctors use when they are doing research for their education. When they're in school to become a doctor, this is a resource that they use. Why do they use this as a resource? It's because it's dependable. It's because the information that's been presented on this website, you cannot pay to have put on there. It has to go through this peer review process. So for me, when I'm looking at this 8.5 years ago, the 3 studies that I saw were enough for me to go, I need to share this information with people. It's life-changing information. And I, as the more studies have come out, the things that I've witnessed from people who have taken it, I know without any doubt that it was the best decision I possibly could have made. Here's the other thing that I'm super proud of. Our company started with that amazing product, but in the process of developing other products, they did not want to put any product on our shelf in our catalog that didn't have very highly esteemed products and didn't come with tremendous science. So to date, we have a beautiful array of products, but still geared towards biohacking your body, still geared towards helping you to become the best version of yourself. When you think about it, people deal with serious issues. They deal with cognitive dysfunction, gut issues, just overall feeling of not being the optimal version of themselves. So when you look at this vitality stack, you've got the Protandim Nerve 2, which is what was featured in that video. And I apologize for not sharing the video I wanted, because it would have also shared a little bit about some of the other products there, which is Protandim Nerve 1, which helps with mitochondrial function. What is that? It's really your energy source in your body. Okay? So if you can help that, you're helping yourself to be able to function at a higher level. How many times do you stop in the day and go, I need a coffee. I need an energy shot. I need something to help me get through the rest of my day. The mitochondrial function is the culprit for that. So being able to take something that targets that in your body allows you to sleep better at night and function better during the day. You've got the omega plus there, as well as the probio, addressing the other issues that people are constantly combating. The probio, you guys, your gut health, it's interesting because science is continuing to progress. And what it's showing is that your gut is responsible for so much that goes on in your body and your health. So having something that kind of targets, making sure that it's working at its optimal level is important. We offer these products in, as you can see, the bottle form for $149 for a 30-day supply. And the Vitality Stack is a sleeve of the product so that if you're running out the door like I am half of the time, I can just grab that sleeve and be good to go. Or if I'm traveling, grab a couple sleeves and I'm good to go. That is the optimal way to biohack your body. The product that was featured in that video, Protandim Nerf 2, it's $40 for a month's supply. So when you look at what you have available to you to allow yourself to become the healthiest version of you, you guys, for the Vitality Stack, you could forgo your Starbucks coffee that you get on a daily basis and be taking something that's helping you to accomplish what you're already trying to accomplish. Because chances are you do care about the things that you eat. You do make attempts at eating healthy foods. I'm sorry. I eat vegetables because I know that they're good for me, not because I love them. I would much rather have pizza and cake, just being honest. So we do things to help ourselves, but this is the easiest way to ensure that we're doing all that we possibly can. Because as I stated earlier, the garbage that surrounds us really inhibits us from making the most of the things that are even available to us. These are the products, a couple of the products that I just mentioned, the first three there. I did not mention the PHYSIQ line. You guys, the PHYSIQ line is really geared towards helping you to maintain proper weight, right? It's a weight management system. It's not a weight loss system. Do people lose weight using these products? Yeah, you're going to see some befores and afters here pretty shortly. But the point is weight management. It helps you to maintain a healthy life. These are some of the other products that we offer. Axio is energy. It's energy products. It's a little packet that you drop into your water. It's like flavoring your water. Here's the thing I love about it. Typically, you and I both know that when you walk into a convenience store, you can find multiple coolers full of energy drinks. Here's the thing. They're all full of chemicals. They all have artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors, dyes, sugars. All of the things that we're trying to avoid are packaged in a nice little can that you go pay, $3-4 for. And it's not doing anything good for you and potentially could be harming you. So what I love about Axio is these packets are 10 to 15 calories and it's natural. Not only that, it's good stuff. It has stuff in there like CoQ10, things that your body can benefit from. In fact, helps you to function on a higher level, helps with brain clarity. You know that fog that you get sometimes where you really don't know where you put your car keys? It helps with that. I love that. The next one there is True Science Skincare line. You guys, I'm going to tell you that skincare line it's not your typical skincare line. It's based off of the science that was formed off of Protandim Nerf 2, that video that you watched. That's the science that's behind it. I've got a personal story regarding it. I had some serious skin issues. I've always had sensitive skin. I've known that. I couldn't ever just use any product line on my face. Very sensitive. Anytime I bought soaps or moisturizers, they always were for sensitive skin. But I had an issue where every single year in the wintertime, now I live in Florida, so we don't have harsh winters, but every winter, nonetheless, my finger would split open like as if I had cut it with a knife, And I went to the dermatologist. They prescribed an ointment. I put the ointment on. It helped. I went back for the follow-up appointment and I'm like, question, why is there a big dent in my fingernail? My fingernail goes like this, whoop. Why? Oh, because of the steroids that are in the ointment. You're only supposed to use it, I think he said for 7 days straight or 2 weeks straight or something. And I'm like, okay, didn't get that memo. So really hope this recovers. Unfortunately, it did. But here's the thing. Here's the whole point in the story. I started carrying around the True Science anti-aging cream in my purse. And I would just regularly put it on that cut that had formed. And it went away. It went away. And here's the more important thing. I've been taking these products for 8.5 years, you guys. It doesn't even happen anymore. I'm taking it orally, obviously. I use it on my face every single morning and night. That hasn't happened in years. And it's funny because it's one of those things where you don't even notice that things have stopped happening like that until something jogs your memory and you're like, oh yeah, I totally had to used to deal with that. And I don't anymore because I'm biohacking my body the right way, right? The next one there is hand cream. Now this one, this is a very recent product that we've offered. I'm in love with it. I use it all over my whole body and it's absolutely amazing. Again, everything that we offer, they've done their due diligence on. The science is behind the products that we're sharing. The last product there is Pet Tandem. Again, another story. I hope you don't mind, but I have a black lab, 12.5 years old. And at the age of 6, he started having seizures. They really didn't know what the problem was. They asked us to video record it, show them the recording so that they could try to figure it out. It was not good. It was very scary. My husband and I were taking Protandim Nerf 2 ourselves, and we're like, we know that dogs have a much greater level of oxidative stress than humans do. Why not try giving it to him and see if anything is of benefit? I mean, we had heard other stories. It's an all-natural product. What harm could there be? Well, the seizure stopped. It's the only thing that changed. I don't know. You can draw your own conclusion. I did. But I'll tell you this. At that point, it was just the product that we were taking orally. But so many people were benefiting with their pets that the company formulated Pet Tandem. So it's more dog-friendly. It's a bacon flavored. So my dog thinks it's a treat when I give it to him. It's not like, a chore to give to him. I used to have to kind of wrap it in ham or cheese or something to get him to take it. Not anymore. It's a treat to him. So wonderful results. You guys, these are some before and afters. I talked about the PHYSIQ weight management system. This is the results of people who started using the products and saw the benefits. And look at this. I mean, if that's transformational, that's like a new chapter on life. I love the picture of this couple who did this together because, of course, they made a lifestyle out of it. They made a choice to make a change, and man, did they benefit from it. So you can see the picture. This was the results after 6 months on the weight management system. But the picture was taken over a year later, 1.5 years later. That's what they still are looking like, right? So they're utilizing that management portion. This is a before and after of a child who was taking Protandim and Axio, helping with focus. You guys, how many children suffer with focus and attention issues? It's innumerable. I mean, so it's so common nowadays for children to be diagnosed with attention deficit issues or, so many different issues. And obviously with those diagnoses come drugs. In my opinion, I want to exhaust all avenues of all natural things prior to putting my child on a drug. If you have to, you have to. I would not tell anybody that they shouldn't. But for me and my children, if I can give them something all natural that's going to give them some results, I'm all over it. So I love that I can share this information with you. Check out this. You guys, that skin, I'm telling you. Okay, so my fingers were never as bad as what's pictured here, thank goodness. But I can relate to that one little piece of the picture where it's split open because, man, it hurts. Just like a cut, it hurts. So for the woman on the left who's got it on her face, obviously the difference for her is better self-esteem, feeling better about herself. But the person on the right, that's just like helping combat pain. When your hands look like that, it hurts. And so the results speak for themselves, in my opinion. Again, more results for the skin. You have to understand your skin is your biggest organ. So given the science behind Protandim Nerf 2 and knowing that the formulation of the True Science skincare line was based off of the science that was formulated for Protandim Nerf 2, then you know what it's doing. And since your skin is your biggest organ, you see the results right here. Now, if any of this resonates with you, if these products, you go, I can see the benefits in this. Because I'm going to tell you, when I heard this information, I was like, for my husband, he had skin cancer cut out of his face. I saw the LSU study that was done regarding skin cancer. I read it for myself. I read the abstract right there at pubmed.gov. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't understand a lot of that verbiage, but I understood enough to tell him, you're never going another day of your life without this all-natural product. You're taking this forever. And then I did a little bit more due diligence on oxidative stress related to heart disease. I knew that heart disease was something that I was going to face because my mother had dealt with it, and it's a hereditary issue. So it not only was going to stare me in the face, it also was going to stare my brother and my sister in the face. And as I started to learn more about the role that oxidative stress plays in our lives, I started recognizing that a bunch of people needed to benefit from it, but starting with me. So if I wanted this product, I could get it at a discount of 20% simply by going on a subscription. Kind of like when you go in the grocery store and you see a magazine and you can pay the price right there for the magazine. Or if you get a subscription, you're going to get a discounted price. The only difference is with the magazine, you're typically locked into a year or 2 years. Our company is very generous in the fact that it does not hold your feet to the fire to a certain amount of timeline. They want you to benefit and enjoy. And if you're not, they're not going to hold your feet to the fire on it. You're welcome to cancel. However, I would not advise it. Given what I know about these products, everybody should be taking it. It's that big of a deal. So just know that if you want to benefit from the products, you can do so at a 20% discount simply by getting the subscription. This image really captures, in my mind, me. Because I'm thinking in all of those pictures, my mom, my sister, my brother, my aunt, my grandmother, all of these different people were popping into my head that I felt needed this product. And as I really, really gave it serious thought, I recognized that every person I knew should be benefiting from this product because we all face the same issues. None of us are avoiding the risk that's involved in aging and the issues that come along with that. And so I started thinking about this from a business standpoint. I told you that my husband and I were self-employed business owners. So I thought to myself, if people don't know that this is available and I could share it with them, I'd like to know how I could benefit. Here's the thing. When you look at the trends of today, there's a lot of people who are bad off, a lot of unhealthy people. The trends show that 1 in 3 people are pre-diabetic. $400 billion was spent in 2016 on prescription drugs. Oh, that makes me sick. That makes me sick because so often drugs mask a problem and don't get to the root of the problem. I'm all about getting to the root of the problem. So you've got to educate yourself, you guys. You have to know what you're battling. You have to be your own healthcare advocate. And so when you start to educate yourself and understand what oxidative stress does to your body, to be able to lower it an average of 40% in 30 days, it's a no-brainer. Okay. $50 million spent in 2016 on energy supplements. We talked about that. We talked about what those energy drinks do to you. It's not good. So if you need energy, you need to find a better formula, right? And we've got it right here with our Axio. And then, of course, that last one there is wellness is the fastest growing segment of healthcare. People recognize that you have to be proactive. We don't always know the best vehicle to help us with that. And that's why I'm happy to be sharing this information with you tonight, because I know what it can do for you. The economic trends, okay? Now we're going to, again, put that business cap on. We're talking about economics here. Most U.S. families live paycheck to paycheck. Now, I don't know what your situation is, but 9 times out of 10, maybe 10 times out of 10, people do not have enough in savings to battle whatever might be facing them in the future. We never know what tomorrow brings. And when we're living paycheck to paycheck, it compromises our situation when unexpected things happen. Many people work past the age of 65. We know this. When we're at the grocery store, when we're at the I don't know what you call them, but the bigger stores that sell everything, you know, the people who are greeting you at the door or bagging your groceries or checking you out, they shouldn't be. They should be enjoying life. They've worked their whole life. They should not be in that situation. But the economic trends of today kind of force their hand at that. And it's not a place that I want to see myself in. And I'm sure you'd agree. Nobody signs up for that. E-commerce and technology is reducing job availability. You guys, that's a big deal. People are accustomed to ordering things on the internet and then having it delivered to their house, as highlighted there in that last one. We're accustomed to it. I mean, in fact, we expect free shipping nowadays. It's not across the board a formula, but a lot of people have free shipping. We try to incorporate that here at LifeVantage a little bit, depending on the products that are ordered, because there is a level of expectation with that. People are busy. We're busier than we've ever been. And the funniest part of that is, I don't know if it's funny, maybe the saddest part of that is that we have things like this where we can go online and have the product delivered straight to our house. We don't even have to go out and buy it anymore. But it's where we're at, right? Now, when I was looking at this with my business cap on, with the mindset of whether or not I would want to partner with this company and have my name attached to it, there were things that I needed to address. I needed to put my mind at ease on a couple things. And one of the things that helped me tremendously was knowing that this was a publicly traded company. This company is traded on the NASDAQ. For me, that gave me peace of mind. I didn't know. I'm like, is this a fly-by-night company? Here I am at 8.5 years later. But to help me make that decision, it did make me feel better knowing it was publicly traded and they were under the same scrutiny as other big named companies. We're also in a position of leading our industry with our nutrigenomics. You guys, biohacking the body, we are cutting edge with what we're doing. And we know this, right? And we're very proud of it. But that's where you want to be in business. You want to be cutting edge. You don't want to be on the backside picking up someone's slack. You want to be right on the edge. Our growth, our company's growth has been incredible. But here's the thing. We're positioned right now to have another huge wave of growth based on what we're seeing, obviously, in the trends that we've talked about, but also in opening other countries and sharing this with the world. Everybody needs to benefit from these products. And so we're moving forward in a way to make that happen. Our management team comes with the highest credentials. They have a tremendous amount of years in the profession. And as you are aware, experience helps tremendously. I mean, you can go to school to learn things, but getting out there and going and doing, that's where you really learn what's up. And our management at LifeVantage has done that. They've been to the school of hard knocks. They know what we need here and where to take us. We have tools, cutting edge tools, a lot of our things we do on apps. And we already talked about our research. It's bar none, highest amongst so many other companies out there. I mean, a lot of times companies will do research on their products, right? But it's really an ingredient that's in their products. It's not on their product as a whole. So we're very proud of the research that's behind our product line. So if all of this makes sense, if you look at this and you go, okay, all right, I can see the benefit of the product. I can see that people would want also to benefit from this product and that potentially they've not heard of it. So what does it take to get started? That's typically the next question. Well, you guys, to get started, you see our getting started packet right here. It's $50. It comes with the things that you need to, kind of sample a few things, a couple marketing tools. It's our getting started kit. It's obviously not everything you need, in my opinion, to get your business up and running, because who opens a store with no product? I mean, obviously we're not opening stores, but when you're sharing this with people, it's good to have the product in hand. It's good to be able to have taken the product for yourself. So we have packs available for you to choose from to suit your needs. The Platinum pack obviously is our largest pack that comes with a full array of products. It also has the biggest discount because it is the largest pack. So that pack is $1,200 and it gives you a nice little variety of products for you to have for yourself, for you to be able to sample out to people as you're sharing and growing your business. The middle two packs there are the gold packs. Now those are the same. They're both gold packs, but the product line is slightly different in each of them. You have a little bit of a choice there for $600, and then the silver pack for $300, in addition to that starter pack that we just talked about. So that's how you get your business up and running. When I got started in this business, I started with my Platinum pack and I ran. I shared this with people because I knew how much it was going to be able to do for them. Here's the thing. When you start a business, one of the things you need to know, a question you need to have answered, is how do I get my ROI? How do I get my return on investment? Well, when you have people order product, when you share this information and they make a decision that A, they want to be a customer, or B, they want to join you as a business partner, a distributor, and order a pack the same way that you did, when that product ships from our company, you're going to get a 40% commission off of the product that was shipped. Now, why so significant? Well, it's to get you your return on investment as fast as possible. So many of our new distributors have their ROI in that very first month of business. We recognize that people are in a position, we just talked about people living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of times they need that money for their rent the following month. But if you can get your money back in your pocket before that rent's due, you've started a new business. You've started a means to create another stream of income into your family, and you've done it without interrupting your lifestyle, right? That's why the commission is so high on that very first product order. Now, after that point, it falls into, oh, that's not the slide I thought it was, but it falls into a deal where you're getting a residual income. Now, the reason that this slide is where it is because Warren Buffett shared that if you don't find a way to make money while you're sleeping, you'll be working until the day you die. What does that mean? Basically, if you're in a position of trading time for money, you're putting yourself in a scary situation. And I recognize that most people are in that situation. It's the society we live in. But as we stated, you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. I know many people who have had some circumstances that have snuck up on them and altered their life. I, for one, have witnessed that. My father was killed in a car accident, and it left my mother in a position of having to figure out a way to make ends meet, and completely unexpected. And unfortunately, we face things like that. Having a way to make money while you're sleeping means you've created a leveraged income. Okay? So basically what that means is as you share this with people, and they share it with people, and they share it with people, That network of people that has gotten built started with you, and our company recognizes that, and they appreciate that it started with you, and they reward your efforts by giving you approximately a 5% commission off of the orders that are placed. And you guys, as I stated, I've been doing this for 8.5 years. My husband and I are still collecting monies on our efforts that we did 8.5 years ago. Can you imagine if whatever it is that you do, if, I don't know, if you're a nurse and you've clocked 40 hours a week for however many years, if they came to you and said, okay, for each of those 40 hours or for each of those patients that you cared for, we're going to give you a little percentage of the income that you earned, just over and above what you're doing. And we're just going to continually add it up for each person that you've cared for. Can you imagine over the years what that would add up to be? And could you imagine if whether you got up and went to work again the next day, that check was still showing up, how that would impact your life? It's significant. And that is exactly the position that my husband and I have found myself in, and so many of the people that we care and love about who have joined us in this, because they've shared this information with others and they've benefited monetarily. In fact, this right here is our earnings claim statement. And I share it with you because for me, I didn't realize the income potential that was offered through this vehicle of a business. I was under the impression that network marketing was a way to make kind of pocket change, like side money. And for me, I wasn't willing to put forth the effort or time for side money, right? I needed to know that it was going to be worth my effort. And the only reason I moved and joined on with this company is because of the significance of the product. And I felt like this could be big, right? But at the time that I joined, there was no earnings claim statement. We're a publicly traded company. We can't put this in writing if it's not accurate, okay? So I want you to focus on that column that says monthly average. And I want you to focus there because that is the potential that we have. As you scroll down to that bottom line, you guys, there are people with our company earning that amount of money on a monthly basis. That's the average. You've got the highs and the lows to the right of the column. That's the average income. People are earning that today by sharing these products with others. They're helping people to be healthier. They're helping people accomplish what they want to accomplish, and they're altering their financial state, giving them choices that they never thought possible. That's what drives me. That's what makes me want to share this information with you. Now, an interesting thing, this is a kind of an older article, but this was on the cover of Time magazine. Can Google solve death? You guys, they launched a company, Calico, invested $1.5 billion in this research center with the motivation of trying to solve death, right? Nobody wants to die, right? That's not going to change by any drug or health product, honestly. But what we were able to accomplish is a product that extends life. Protandim Nerve 2, the product, the flagship product we've been talking about. See what was published right here, August 2nd of 2016. The National Institute of Aging study confirms that Protandim Nerve 2 Synergizer extends life. You guys, look at that. It shows the extension right there. Now, here's the thing. Most people don't want to live longer if they're not going to be healthy. We're trying to help you to biohack your health, which means we're trying to help you to become healthier so that living longer is something that you want because you're a healthier version of yourself. So it's an exciting thing to be able to share this information because it's all done through natural products. And I love that we're able to share that with you. You guys, this is just a picture of some of our corporate staff and our leadership here at LifeVantage. we're a big family. We've helped each other to accomplish what so many people want to accomplish, and that is a life of time freedom, financial freedom, and being the healthiest version of ourselves that we can possibly be. And I know that it's a little bit out of our comfort zone when we look at something like this. I know that it's not typical of what we see in society. Society has programmed us to trade time for money. It doesn't have to be that way. It's a broken system. Think about the benefits of being able to share this information and then reaping the benefits through a leveraged income, just as Warren Buffett stated. So I hope that this information resonated with you. And here's the thing. If you're like me, this potentially, all this did for you was created more questions. Maybe it answered the questions that you had. I don't know what level of exposure you've been given. But what I would encourage you to do is get with the person who invited you to this webinar and find out whatever you need to find out so that you can move forward. Because on the other side of fear is freedom, right? And a lot of times when we're faced with something like this, our fear mechanism comes up and we're like, I don't know, I'm not so sure. Resolve those concerns. Find out the answers to your questions, to your concerns, because the potential for what this has to offer you is well worth the effort in getting them answered. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me tonight, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Take care.